Doing a follow-up on the WOLF WALKER Moto Tent. Had some questions asked of me how the tent actually fits on the bike and how it rides. Well, I went through a ride down to the Dirty Weekend with it on the Benelli, strapped in quite well. I've done a video pre-ride of how the setup went on the bike, and I've done a couple of videos that show along the way how the physical tent sits on the bike quite neatly. To be honest, the whole ride was fantastic. I had no issues with the tent. Didn't even notice it was actually there. It could have fallen off, I wouldn't even have known. So let's go through and I'll show you how the tent went on the bike. Okay, set to go for my ride weekend for the Dirty Weekend for Team Moto. Got the bike all packed up. So basically, got the panniers set, got my rear bag with clothes, all my tools. I've got my tool spares down through there for changing tyres. Now we've also got my tent, which is packed quite nicely. Got the rock straps on top. It sits quite well. I've done a couple of test rides. It sits behind the panniers, so I don't see any sort of problems with wind. It's weighted. I've got 5 kilos in here, 5 kilos in there. This is 6 and this is 6. So I think overall, we're pretty well right for the trip. It should be a good trip. Tested all the bike. Got the headlights operational and working. Fueled up, ready to go. So I think it's going to be a good trip. Looking forward to it. I'm sitting on about 120 kilometers an hour in the dirt. The bike itself is fine. The suspension is great. The setup I had was designed so that the bike itself was comfortable. Like I said, I had 5 kilos either side, and I physically had the tent behind me, which is about 6, and then the bag behind me at 6. The road was dusty. Like by the end of the trip, I was covered in dust. But as you can see, I'm cruising along at 120 here, no problem whatsoever. The wind drag on the bike is nothing. It's basically sitting even on the bike. I took another angle from another camera just on the left-hand side, and it physically shows how it's sitting behind me. I'm in the seated position. Once again, nice and comfortable. Hardly even know that the physical gear behind me is there. Once again, the basically WOLF WALKER tent, comfortable to ride with, easy to set up, and easy to basically sleep in as well. Anyway, thanks for looking at this video. Like and share if you like. The setup itself for the tent is fantastic. You can buy it from Amazon, and I highly recommend the tent.